You have heard so often before, I'm sure, that you don't ever want to take your health for granted. And if you find yourself living with chronic pain, it can affect more than just the way you feel every day. It can affect your emotions, can bring about depression, all types of things that none of us wants in our life. Well, we're so happy this morning to have back on the show Dr. Sean Jones with Chattanooga Wellness here in town. Good to see you, Sean.
Hey, it's great to see you, Julie. I always love being on.
It's always good to see you. So, you yourself have chronicled with us over the last several months your own weight loss journey. Often you're talking about that. But what people might not know is that you've also had to watch as your brother has dealt with a lot of that chronic pain that I was referencing, and that had to have been an emotional journey for you as well.
Yeah, it was, because I didn't understand how bad of health my brother was in, and how serious pain his level was. And people suffering from pain, they may want to get a pen and paper to write this down, and because what we're going to cover today is going to be just absolutely amazing. It led me on a journey to research and find things, and we've been talking about this on the last 2 or 3 shows we've been on about our journey with Dr. Mark, and it was just desperate. And so what we did was, we actually, I did research, and I found Regen1 Medicine, and they are just a fantastic group of people doing regenerative cell therapy. Now, some people also call it stem cell therapy, but regenerative cell therapy is much more, because there's much more than just stem cells involved now with the current research, and that's what we're on. It's the cutting edge research. Now, I got to say this. Stem cell therapy and regenerative cell therapy is experimental. It's a therapy. It's not approved by the FDA. And therefore, always consult your physician before you move forward, because it's not intended to treat any or cure any disease or process. However, it gets amazing results. And we're going to talk about some of the results today that are just exciting me, and I'm just enjoying it so much. So I also have a special guest here today, too. It's Barry McLaughlin is with Regen1 Medicine. That he helps with the marketing and launching this in the Chattanooga area, because this is different. You've heard of stem cell therapy and PRP and these terms thrown around. Regenerative cell therapy involves many more components, and we're extremely excited about it. But those of you that are suffering, get a pen and get ready, and tell text somebody real quick, tell them to watch the show today, because I think they're going to be very interested in seeing what's happened with my twin brother.
Okay, so Mark, let's talk about Mark. Sean, let's talk about Mark a little bit.
Sure.
You've dropped some numbers recently that are, to be totally honest with you, almost kind of hard to believe. Something like Mark's had 30 plus surgeries.
Oh yeah, he was a medical wreck. Literally, he's wreckage. He's had so many surgeries in 1 year on joints and trying to clean things up, and he was actually scheduled, or they were pushing him to try to do shoulder replacements for his shoulders and his knee. And he's had just tremendous things happen, absolutely tremendous results. And I'll bring him on to talk about it, because, but folks, write this number down, 790-5000. We'll show it at the end. But that's the number you're going to call today to find out more information about this, because this is cutting edge. And
okay, so let's bring Mark in. Let's bring Mark in and talk to him a little bit.
Mark, come on in. I'm going to step out of the way and let Mark tell you how he's feeling and things that have changed for his life. And Barry McLaughlin, I'm going to bring Barry in too. Barry, you want to come in? I'll step out of the way here. Sure. You bet.
All right, it's like we're all in that room together. So Mark,
nice to meet you.
I've had a chance to meet you a time or two. So how long have you been doing the regenerative therapy?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
I started about 4 months ago, and I was down to my wit's end on it. I thought, well, what do I have to lose? I'm going to try it and see, because I've tried everything else. It got to the point that I couldn't function, I couldn't practice or anything. And so I went up there about 4 months ago for my first round of treatments, and I was in pretty bad shape. And so they did the injections. What was amazing, we're going to focus on my shoulder today, but I did the internal injection of the combination of the regenerative therapy. And within 30 seconds, I also had COPD and asthma. It went right to the COPD and asthma, and it was gone. I've only used my inhaler once in 4 months, and I used to use it every day, a couple times a day, just to be able to breathe. And it went up to where I get my seizures and migraines, and went there right after that. But since that first injection of my shoulder, it quivered and moved, and then I could never raise either arm above 90 degrees. And ever since then, now I can throw saddles on a horse, throw bales of hay, and do all kinds of things. I mean, I really don't have any shoulder, and they wanted to replace the shoulder, 5 years ago, I think, and my right knee.
I want to tell you something, and I hope that it will come across as a compliment. But I have only met you a time or two, I'm a little bit surprised to see you today. You look like you've taken about 5 to 10 years off. You look like a different person.
Much younger.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, I'm losing weight, and I feel amazing. I sleep good. I'm on a great schedule, and able to get things. I used to couldn't even get up and down out of the chair. I look like a 90-year-old man getting up and down, and now I pop up. I get up in the mornings. I go outside and get things done, and it's just so nice not to have any shoulder pain now. And maybe that's not typical for everybody, but it was amazing for me.
So Barry, I know that we can't possibly get into a lot of scientific talk with the amount of time we're limited to with 3+U. So certainly if people come in and they begin to talk about this as a possible benefit for them, they'll learn a lot more about the science behind it. But Sean had said that it's not just stem cell. You call it regenerative cell. Can you explain why?
Sure. We refer to it as regenerative cellular medicine. And the reason we do that is because your typical stem cells come just from the healthy, from the blood from healthy babies and healthy mothers' umbilical cords that are donated. We don't use any abortifacient. That was outlawed many, many years ago by the federal government. Healthy mothers and healthy babies have to donate the umbilical cords, and then the stem cells are harvested from it. In the past, they only harvested the stem cells. Okay, that was the previous technology. Now, what used to be waste products from creating stem cell products it is now found that they can be beneficial as well. So there are things like exosomes and cytokines and things of that nature that are in the stem cell blood that are now being utilized in creating an even better outcomes for some patients.
So did you tell me, did I hear you correctly earlier, that in a way this utilizing the different parts of that end up also having a cost-saving benefit to people?
It has. That's not the primary thing, but for some reason we don't fully understand. By bringing out these additional benefits, it is effectively lowering the cost.
Okay, what about, I'm sure you have to counsel and caution always that one person's outcome doesn't guarantee another person's outcome. Is
Absolutely.
it very individualized?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking that. Every person's results are going to vary. Some people may have no results at all. We have to tell people that up front. This is an experimental process that's considered experimental by the FDA. It's not designed to treat, cure, or prevent any disease with any type of medical, just like any other medical process you go through. You want to contact your primary physician first and get his opinion. But we have seen phenomenal outcomes for thousands of people. Nationwide, less than 1 million people have had, or worldwide, less than 1 million people have had regenerative cell therapy so far. In the next 5 to 10 years, they're projecting that number is going to be 100 million people. Wow. So this is really new. We're discovering new benefits each and every day, and we see different results and different outcomes for every patient that we're dealing with.
Mark, were you skeptical when you first did it? Did you think, oh, well, I may as well try something else now?
Oh yeah, I mean, I tried prolotherapy, which is sugar injections to cause inflammation in the joints, and it was a little better for a couple of days, but I still couldn't raise my arms over here. But now, I mean, I can do things. It's amazing, and even I think state of Arkansas approved it for their workers on a lot of this therapy. Mm-hmm. So it's the future, and I couldn't be more happy. I just thought, what the heck, what do I have to lose?
Well, you were almost suicidal.
Yeah, the migraines were so bad. When you have daily migraines for 14 months, I had a reaction to vaccinations that caused it. That isn't a concern, and so this has helped everything tremendously.
Okay.
And I don't have any gut problems anymore with the diverticulitis and stuff because I had injections into my bloodstream. It goes to wherever the inflammation is, and so wherever you have the problem, it helps.
So let me go ahead, Barry. Go ahead.
To expand a little bit on what Mark was saying and to expand upon what I've seen out of his story. When I came and met Mark the first time, he moved slowly. He was depressed. Appeared depressed. He was slouching. He was quite a bit heavier. When I came back and saw him the second time, well, let me back up. The first time, and he told me how depressed he was and how much pain he was in. He's like, I can't even raise my hand. If I pick up I'm embarrassed. If I pick up a plate or pick up a saucer, most of the time I drop it because I don't even have enough strength or control in my arm to do that. And now show him what you can do with your arm.
Oh, it's amazing. I can lift bales of hay and toss it now, which I couldn't even imagine.
And in
You
the,
look-
like
you
the
look-
first month,
Y'all, you look great. I'm gonna have to wrap it up. So Sean, real quickly, let me just turn the camera to you,
Sure.
however y'all want to do it. But people can just simply call the number there at Chattanooga Wellness, and they can also find out more at painreducing.com.
Yeah, exactly. Call that number. We will schedule a free consultation one-on-one with you over the phone or in the office. We can do it over the phone with you. I am so excited to bring this to the Chattanooga area. This is different than PRP and stuff. This isn't stem cell therapy. This is cutting-edge regenerative cell therapy, and it's amazing. And we've launched softly with some patients. Some of our own patients have started getting treatment, but we're going to do a full launch on August 1st. If you want, we can squeeze you in early. If you want to do the soft launch, we're giving them $1,000 off of the treatment as well, which is just an amazing thing. This company's been so good to work with us. We're excited about it. So call 790-5000. You can see painreducing.com is our website, within our website for regenerative cell therapy.
All right, Sean, thank you so much. And I know you're a happy brother these days. Good to talk to you.
I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. Thank you so much for having us on.